I've got the story, The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse by Mac Barnett and Jon Klassen. I'm going to tell you exactly what questions to ask your kids while you read this story so that you're getting the most out of reading comprehension. The themes developed in this story are collaboration and teamwork, optimism and adaptation, and resourcefulness. All right, first question, central idea. What is the mouse's problem? How does he propose to resolve it? Okay, so the mouse has been eaten by a wolf. That's his problem. How does he propose to resolve it? He doesn't. The mouse is like, oh, this is terrible. My life is done. So he doesn't propose to resolve it in any way. He just gives up. Next question. Analyze point of view. How do duck and mouse see the same situation differently? So duck and mouse have both been eaten by the wolf, but they have completely different reactions to it. Whereas the mouse gives up and is like, I guess I'm done for. The duck sees things very differently. He says, I have no intention of being eaten, which really is an interesting play on words because he was eaten, but he means metaphorically eaten, meaning like his life is not over, he's not done, he's not cooked. So mouse gave up, duck is like, I'm undefeated, I'm gonna make the best of this. Next question, key details. What specific details tell us that the duck is resolved to live comfortably in the belly of the wolf? Okay, so this is where we start to see the themes of resourcefulness and optimism and adaptation. I'm gonna come back to what Duck said. He has the metaphor, I have no intention of being eaten. Of course, he was literally eaten, but he means like metaphorically eaten, like I'm not cooked, I'm not done, I'm not giving up, I'm adapting, I'm making the best of this. And he alludes to like how he got all this stuff. He's like, you'd be surprised what you can find inside a wolf's belly. So like a wolf eats a lot of stuff. He's got chairs, he's got teacups, he's got a tablecloth. And apparently he just found all of this stuff inside the wolf's belly and has made a home. So he's been resourceful, he's taken things he's found around the wolf's stomach, and he's being optimistic about the future. He's like, I actually like it in here, this is totally fine. And he is adapting to his situation. He has made a life inside the belly of the wolf. Next question, character development. What was the turning point for Mouse? When did he understand something new? So the mouse asks him, he's like, you live here? You found all this stuff? He says, don't you miss outside? That's the big question the mouse asks him. He's like, don't you miss being outside? And the duck replies, actually, no. You know, when I was outside, I was always afraid of being eaten. But now in here, I don't have to be afraid of being eaten. So like in here, I can actually live relaxed without fear. So that shows that the duck he's optimistic. He has adapted to his circumstances. And the mouse is like, oh, you're right. When I'm out there, I'm always worried about being eaten. But in here, I can finally relax and just enjoy and adapt to this new environment. So they just became best friends. And they do a super cute dance. I love how they illustrated the mouse doing a little dance move there. Next question, analyze point of view. What does the wolf believe is happening? What is actually happening? Okay, this is very funny. The wolf is like, oh, my tummy hurts, because they're like having a dance party and dinner party inside of him. And the duck shouts out, oh, I have a remedy for your stomach ache. All you have to do is eat a lot of cheese and drink a bunch of wine and beeswax candles. So the wolf is like, oh, okay, this is a remedy for my upset stomach, But obviously what the duck is saying, like, oh, if the wolf eats some nice cheese, and if the wolf drinks some nice white wine, and if the wolf eats some beeswax candles, we'll have all of those things. And then we can have cheese and wine and we can light candles. So different point of view. The wolf does not actually know what is going on with duck there. Next question, interpreting words and phrases. Are there words that seem surprising? What do they add to the story? All right, on this page, the duck makes a toast. He says, to the health of the wolf. These should be surprising words because the wolf ate them. The wolf intended to end their lives. The wolf intended to not spare them. And yet here they are toasting to the wolf's health, because the wolf's stomach is their home. So if anything bad happens to the wolf, their home is gone. So now, like, their well-being is actually kind of dependent on the well-being of the wolf. Ironic, it's not what you would expect. He says, to the health of the wolf. All right, next question. Wolf does not feel well. He's looking sick. A hunter comes along and is like, ooh, easy shot. Clearly not good for mouse and duck. Okay, so mouse and duck are like, we gotta fight for our home. We are not just gonna lay down and let this hunter kill the wolf because our home is inside the wolf. We are gonna stand up and fight for our home. Next question, character relationships. Do the duck and mouse's actions show that they care about the wolf? Yes, in a selfish way. Yes, they do have a selfish interest in the well-being of the wolf, but ultimately, yes, because they save the wolf's life. You can see the wolf kind of like spits them out. He like gags them out, and they're like in this makeshift battle armor. So here we start to see the themes of collaboration and teamwork, because while this is an unlikely collaborative group, this is an unlikely group to work together in teamwork, they are doing it because they do all have a common interest. The wolf wants to be alive, and the mouse and duck want the wolf to be alive. Not for the reason we all think, but they are all on the same page and wanting the same things. So the hunter is freaked out, runs away. Next question, character development. How does the wolf react to seeing a duck and mouse at first versus at the end? So here, it's pretty cute. Duck like has a hockey stick. The wolf at first, obviously at first when the wolf saw the duck and the mouse, he ate them immediately, no thought for their well-being. And the wolf is like, oh, I ate you with no regard for your well-being, so why are you helping me? And then they said, basically he just says, thank you for sparing me. I'm glad you saved my life because I did not consider your life. So at first when he saw them, he literally just ate them. And the second time he saw them, he was like, thank you, you saved my life. So the wolf has definitely reacts differently the two different times that he sees the mouse and the duck. All right, of course they ask for like dance party material, lots of records, a record player. Last question, central idea. What does the reader learn through this story? So the reader learns that collaboration and teamwork are not always in predictable pairs, right? You never know who you're gonna team up with. You never know who you're gonna collaborate. You never know who's gonna help you. It might be an unexpected person. Also, through the duck, we learned the power of optimism and adaptation, and just like, nobody's gonna get the duck down. So just taking whatever situation you're in, even if you're literally in the belly of the wolf, reacting positively to it, being ready to adapt, and being ready to be optimistic about however you can be optimistic about your situation. And how do you do that? Through a lot of resourcefulness, because interesting, as the duck said, he was like, you would be surprised what you can find in the belly of a wolf. So even when you're in the belly of a wolf, if you're resourceful and you're looking for those resources, you should be able to make out fine. So that is a very interesting way to get these lessons across. Very interesting story with a big twist at the end. That is The Wolf, the Duck, and the Mouse by Mac Barnett and Jon Klassen.